John here with Beer, Bourbon and Bushcraft. Tonight we're going to talk about Samuel Adams Scotch Ale, Casey Jones Distillery Barrel Aged Moonshine, and we're going to talk about Black Hole's Faraday Cage Bag for the Bushcraft portion of it. Okay, this is Samuel Adams Scotch Ale. It is a hearty dark ale that is brewed with 4 different types of malt. One of them being a peat-fired malt, which peat-fired malts are used in the making of actual Scotch over in Scotland. It gives a very unique, smoky, kind of earthy tone to it when they roast the malt with burning peat. Go ahead and give this a try. Nice pop to it. Sounds like it's got a good bit of carbonation to it. You can see it's a nice dark caramel color. Kind of indicative of Samuel Adams brews, which I really enjoy. I think they do very well with their different little specialty beers that they do. Definitely has a malty aroma to it. You pick up a little bit of smoke. Everything smells very good. Oh yeah, you pick up the smoke as soon as it hits your tongue. You can taste the smoke, and it almost has a peat to it. You can tell that they roasted some of the malt on peat. It's not unpleasant at all. It's very tasty. It's almost unique. If you've ever been in the woods or out in the bogs in South Carolina or southern Georgia, you know the smell or the taste that I'm talking about. Medium carbonated. It's not bad. It does snap on your tongue a little bit as it flows back. You don't pick up very much sweetness on the front of your tongue. The flavors are more mid-tongue and back tongue. It's not sour by any stretch of the means, but it definitely has a heavy malt flavor to it. So if you like a nice dark beer that is very malty, you would probably enjoy this. Some of the other Scottish ales that I've tasted, this falls right in line with it, with those flavors. Lightly hopped, so it's not overpowering with hops. No fruitiness or sweetness at all to it. It's all malt. Very tasty malty ale. Definitely something you'd expect to find from Scotland or England. Very tasty beverage though. A little bit of smoke in there, which does give it a distinguished type of taste. Overall, very good beer. Something you would go with a hearty meal, like a stew or something like that. This would complement very well. It's not something you'd want when you're out, cutting the lawn and it's 90 degrees and you're sweating your butt off. You wouldn't want to grab one of these to refresh yourself, but after that long day, when you're sitting down to a nice hearty meal, this would definitely be something you would like to pour yourself. Very good beer. I would have to rate this at about an 8. Definitely smoky, nice malty flavor to it. Good taste, something you'd expect to find in a pub in England or Scotland. But Samuel Adams did very well with this, their Brewmasters collection. Definitely well thought out ale. Now we'll move on to bourbon, and tonight we're not doing bourbon. We're going to do a barrel-aged moonshine. This comes from the Casey Jones Distillery in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It's a place I got to go and visit today. Met AJ Jones, the master distiller there, who set it up and is following a recipe that was created by his grandfather. You can see he's got his grandfather's picture right here on the bottle. He's got his grandfather's picture on the bottle of all their products. They offer 7 or 8 different products. They have some flavored moonshines, apple, grape, peach. They have some white dog, and then they've got some that they age in charred white oak barrels just like you would a bourbon. But since they use actual cane sugar manufacturing this, it cannot be called a bourbon even though it is aged in aged white oak barrels. This is a 46.7% alcohol, 93.4 proof. It's all made by 3 separate people, a small still in a garage, basically a small metal building that they make all their product in. Was there today. I was watching them bottle some of their 92 proof just white dog that they made last night. We'll go ahead and give this a taste. See, it's got a nice amber color like you'd expect from a bourbon. It's got a nice smell. You can smell a little bit of the oak to it, and the sweetness. You can tell by nosing it that it's definitely not a bourbon. This is a moonshine. It's just aged in a charred barrel. Not bad. It's got a very unique taste to it. You can tell that they do use sugar. It's got a good bit of sweetness right at the front of your tongue, and then you definitely get hit with the alcohol content from it. You can tell it is a moonshine, but it is a little bit smoother than regular moonshine. It's very tasty. I could definitely sit here and sip on this quite a bit. It's good stuff. Not too bad. Smells good. It's got a good flavor, a good finish to it. It's not overpoweringly strong. I've had some moonshines before that it was like, oh my gosh, drinking rubbing alcohol or something here. This is definitely not that. It is nice and smooth because it is aged a little bit. But you definitely know you're having a sip when you're doing this, when you're taking a drink of this. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I kind of like a good kick in the pants from a nice smooth alcohol from time to time, and this definitely gives it. I definitely see sitting around a campfire and passing this around and having a few nips. You can tell it probably sneaks up on you a little bit. It's very tasty though. Mr. Jones has done well with this. I think the cask aging mellows out the moonshine a little bit. I mean, if you like straight moonshine, they offer several products of straight moonshine. But if you like something that's aged and a little bit mellowed, that has kind of a more complex taste to it than just straight up white dog, I would recommend trying to find this and see it. I know their distribution is rather small at the time. They've just gotten going, getting it out. Anywhere around the Hopkinsville area, you can find this. I know it's available at the Fort Campbell Class 6. If you have a chance, give it a try. It's very good. Also, they offer a bunch of different products, and while I was down there today, my lovely wife, the Bourbon Bombshell, grabbed me a new flask. You see, it's a nice flask. It's leather wrapped. I'm guessing it's an 8-ounce flask, and it's got the Casey Jones Distillery logo right in the front in this metal disc. And the cool thing about this metal disc, you've got yourself a nice collapsible stainless steel cup. You can fill yourself up a dram out of there, or if you want to share and you don't want somebody lip fucking your flask, pour it in the cup and let them have a drink. And then it collapses down and goes back into the front of your flask. Just like that. Nice little product. Had a great time with them today. Check out my channel. There is a video of our tour and an interview I did with AJ, the master distiller down there at Casey Jones Distillery. A lot of fun today. Great products, great people. Go and give them a like. There'll be some links down below to their website and Twitter pages. Go and give them a shout out. Let them know that John from Beer, Bourbon and Bushcraft sent you over there. And if you got a chance to imbibe some of their alcohol, definitely give it a try. It's some very good stuff. Now we'll move on to the bushcraft portion. And tonight we're going to talk about the Black Hole Faraday Bag. Now, this is a bag that's specifically designed to protect your electronics in the event of an EMP or a CME. This bag is supposed to block all incoming charged electrons if there were such an event as an EMP or CME, and keep your cell phone or small radio, something like that. This bag is rather small. As you can see there, that's it folded up and sealed. It's designed to take in a cell phone type device, maybe a small radio, to protect it from EMP or CME. Now I've got my cell phone with me here. My lovely wife's going to call to show that my cell phone is on and working. Got my ringer on, and then what I'm going to do is place it in the bag and have her repeat the call to show that it blocks all incoming information. See my phone. There we go. That's a call from my home. So my phone is on and working.
You're just going to hang up on me, huh?
Yes, I'm going to hang up on it. So, put it in the bag, as is. Huh?
You show both sides.
Let's see. It's in the bag.
Magic show.
It's sealed up now, so you can protect your electronics and set it in there. Now, I'm going to have her call again. And more than likely it's going to ring maybe a time, maybe two, and it's going to go straight to voicemail. Straight to voicemail. So my phone is now not receiving any type of cellular signal, so this bag definitely blocks any type of electronic signal coming to my phone. Once I open it up, I look at it as it lights itself up, and I have no missed calls, no marks, so my phone was completely off grid while it was inside of this bag. You can find these on Amazon. When I looked earlier, it was $58 for this bag, but when you're talking about a nice Android phone, protecting a $600 or $700 piece of equipment, $58 really doesn't matter. And even though after an EMP or a CME event, you're not going to have cell signals, but I do have pictures, all kinds of other information on here.
Can I put 2 phones in there or more?
I would guess 2 phones would fit in there, I would think. I mean, it's decent sized. You could fit a few things in there. Yeah, they would all work as long as they're in here.
It will kill.
It will kill. But as we've seen, this completely blocked all incoming cellular data to the phone. So be reasonably assured that this would protect an EMP from an EMP or a CME to protect your electronics. I don't know that I would throw my cell phone in here as the first thing. The first thing I would probably keep in here would be my Kindle, because I have a Kindle that is completely chock full of different types of prepper books, survival books, homesteading information, edible wild plants, how to grow this, how to grow that, how to store seeds, how to build wind turbines. I have all that information saved on my Kindle. That, maybe a couple flash drives with backups of that information, I would keep inside of here and just store it in here. In fact, I'm probably going to store my Kindle in here just around the house, just in case I'm gone and something happens. You never know when the sun's gonna flare or when crazy Kim Jong-un is gonna pop a nuke off over us. That way all my pertinent information is gonna be saved, so that the times that come after that, we can be assured to have the information I need to build what I need and do what I need to do. But obviously a very nice product. It's very well made, well stitched. It's made out of like 1000 denier nylon. Nice stitch. It's got some pockets in the back. Store some cards, some information in there. And nice sized little bag to protect your most valuable electronics. If you have the means, I would definitely suggest picking one up just to have to keep your knowledge stockpile totally protected at all times. If you don't have a Faraday cage built, you can grab one of these bags and at least be protected in the meantime. I would highly recommend building a nice sized Faraday cage and having backups of all your electronics stored in that, just in case anything happens, you've got your stuff. But in the meantime, you can go on Amazon, grab one of these for 58 bucks and protect all your sensitive documents in it. So great little product. Seems to work well. I think it would fare very well through an EMP or whatnot. It definitely blocked the cell signal. So tonight we talked about Samuel Adams Scotch Ale. Nice smoky, hearty ale. If you like a malty ale, definitely pick this up. Casey Jones Distillery, great people down there. They're doing great stuff here in Kentucky, brewing up some moonshine. This is their cask aged. It's aged in an oak barrel, gives it a nice smooth oaky taste. So it's kind of a mixture, moonshine and bourbon. Very good product, very great people. Go and check them out. Support some local business. These guys are just awesome. And then the Black Hole Faraday Bag. Like I said, $58 on Amazon. Keep your electronics nice and safe, just in case something happens. Because you never know when the day before is the day before. So until next time, I'm John. See ya.